When you think about your dream home, do you want to buy, build, or rent? There is no right or wrong answer depending on what you prioritize. But here are 5 things to note when you want to buy. So number 1 is to consider the affordability. So buying has 2 options. You may have the upfront cash to buy the house that you desire, or you may have a ticket to financing through a mortgage. So if you're able to access either the upfront cost or you're able to get a mortgage, then sometimes it may make sense for you to buy if that aligns with your goal. Number 2 is the desired physical location of your house. Buying a house is quite an investment, so before you settle on buying, you want to make sure that you have understood you are there in the long term, so that you are not living there for 8 months and then you want to move, and the cost of or the time it may take to resell the house may be quite some time. Now, if you have decided you want to live in this area in the long term, then buying may be an option for you. Number 3, when buying a house through a mortgage, then the tax benefits and the benefits that come with building a credit portfolio when you're servicing your home loan may be something to consider and take into account. If your dream is to buy the house, then going the buying route, especially with financing, may give you some advantages, such as the one I've mentioned. You get a tax relief on the money that is going to service in your home loan, and over time, as you pay your home loan, then you build a positive credit rating, which can be helpful in future. If, for example, if you plan on taking other credit facilities, maybe you're a businessman or something like that. Number 4 is your long-term needs for a house. So sometimes buying a house may make sense if you have decided you will need a small house. In the long term, you will not have a family, or you'll have a small family. Then buying may make sense because you can buy a small house for yourself. You can buy a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom in an area where probably the cost will be similar to buying a house far from where you would desire. For example, in Nairobi, you can get a 1 or 2-bedroom in Kilimani at the same cost that it will take to buy a 3 or 4-bedroom in Juja, in Kitengela, or elsewhere. Depending on your personal circumstances and what you want in the long term, then buying may make sense over renting or even building. Number 5 is the convenience that is afforded to you when you are buying the house. If the choice comes to between buying and building, and you are looking out for convenience, then it may make sense for you to buy a house, because building a house can be quite time intensive. Dealing with fundis, dealing with contractors is quite an intense affair, which if the choice comes between buying and building, the biggest consideration for you is convenience, then buying the house may make sense for you, because you can buy the house that you like and later on you can customize it depending on your ability to do so. Important to remember is that there is no right or wrong way when it comes to the path you choose to home ownership. Whether you decide to buy, whether you rent, or whether you build your dream house, the decision ultimately depends on your personal circumstances as well as your preferences. In the next video, we'll be discussing about the options or the factors to consider when you choose to go the home ownership way through renting. Money254.co.ke has written more about this topic. Click on the link provided to learn more.